Hello, and welcome to Shaping the Future. I'm Dr. Jeff Gold, and I have the honor of serving as the president of the University of Nebraska. This series, which we call Shaping the Future, celebrates the people who embody our mission, those who work to change lives and build a brighter future for our students, for our state, and beyond. And today, that's exactly what we're going to do. I'm honored to be joined by Dr. Tiffany Heng-Moss. Dr. Heng-Moss is the Dean of the College of Agricultural Sciences and Natural Resources, or as we know it, CASNR, here at the University of Nebraska. Under her leadership, CASNR has expanded opportunities for students, forged many impactful partnerships, and played a crucial role in preparing the next generation of agricultural and natural resource leaders. From innovative programs that connect our K-12 students with STEM careers to developing partnerships that strengthen workforce and build new pathways. Dr. Heng-Moss is helping Nebraska lead the way in shaping the future of agriculture, sustainability, and education. So thank you for joining us today, and let's dive right into your story. Before we talk about CASNR and agriculture and all of the wonderful partnerships that you're creating, our audience is always interested in your career journey. Did you have a magic moment where you woke up and said, this is what I want to do, a special mentor, a unique faculty member, something along the way? Or what was that pathway like for you?
Sure. Well, thank you, Dr. Gold, for the opportunity to join you today. So a little bit about my background. I'm from a small town in southeast Nebraska. I grew up on a farm, and I'm a proud alum of the University of Nebraska Lincoln. This land-grant institution provided me with the opportunity as an undergraduate student to explore my passion and interest, and it really broadened my perspective on what was possible. I will share that my educational journey was not necessarily straightforward. I had multiple majors before finding my home in the College of Agricultural Sciences and Natural Resources. When it comes to a defining experience that helped me, absolutely. I had the opportunity to engage in experiential learning, and back in the early 90s we didn't call it experiential learning.
We just called it hard work.
Exactly. I was part of a research project, and that research project was transformational for me. It ignited my passion, and it led me to a career in agriculture. You asked about mentors. They were incredibly important to my journey and my professional development, and I'm very grateful to those that initially invested in me and took a chance on a student from small town Nebraska. And when I reflect back upon my journey, I could not have selected a more meaningful, impactful career. It allows me to combine my passion for ag, research, and education. And this is just one example of the way that our land-grant institution is positively impacting Nebraskans across the state of Nebraska.
Such an inspiring story. And, just to summarize, some of the high points, multiple career directions before you finally found your passion, important mentorship, what today we would call experiential learning, and I would add a research experience because, for a lot of students, they've never had a research experience. And once they get bitten by the energy, by the excitement of trying to answer some difficult questions, they see a whole new trajectory for their life. So let's switch gears a little bit and let's talk about CASNR, which was obviously critically important for you in your career. But let's talk about what it is today, and then we'll talk a little bit about what it may be tomorrow.
Okay, absolutely. Well, I could go on for a long time. I'm really excited about
We only have 4 hours
the
and
college.
11 minutes,
I understand that, Dr. Gold. So the college is part of the Institute of Ag and Natural Resources, and we're a leader in preparing the next generation of professionals, leaders, and what we call change makers that will support Nebraska's significant ag platform. Our graduates are going to be positioned to shape our future. They will develop solutions to the wicked challenges that we face here in Nebraska and beyond, as well as I'm confident that they're going to develop innovations and discoveries that are going to positively impact the lives of Nebraskans and our global society. As a college, as we think about our future, we have 3 strategic priorities priorities, and I think they align very nicely with us moving from excellent to extraordinary as an institution.
Love it.
The first is we want to be the place for all things related to ag and natural resources. We want to focus relentlessly on student access, success, and also increasing the economic mobility of our graduates. And third, we want to contribute to a talented workforce to support Nebraska's #1 industry, which is ag and natural resources.
And so a lot of the strategic planning that you've talked about, and certainly that we're doing here, is really focused on addressing the grand challenges of our society. And in the case of CASNR, a lot of it has to do with addressing the grand challenges, if you say, of agriculture here in the state. And so have you given any thought to what the top 2 or 3 of those might be today, other than, when I crisscross the state and I ask what is the single most important 3 things that the university can do for your community? They look at me and they say, Jeff, it's workforce, workforce, and workforce. And by the way, if you're not listening, it's workforce. So is it the same in your world?
Exactly, Dr. Gold. And so if I might take the opportunity, I'll talk to you a little bit about one of the exciting initiatives that we have underway in the college. So
Please do.
I firmly believe that higher ed, the future is all about pathways. It's pathways to college, it's pathways, as we've talked about, to experiential learning, internships, it's pathways to timely graduation, and it's pathways to great career opportunities in Nebraska. And so we've really had a focus over the last several years with creating what we call these pathways to college, and we frame these around early college and career pathways. And I'll just take a moment to highlight a few examples of
that would
these
be
pathways. So our first pathway is a long-standing platform that we've had around ag education, and I'll talk about some of the exciting things that are happening around ag education. So over the last decade, we've seen tremendous growth in our ag education programs. In fact, we have 214 school districts in the state that now have ag education, which is just over 80%. This has resulted in over 12,000 students across the state of Nebraska participating in ag education programs, also being involved in state FFA also. And it's really exciting every April when we have the opportunity to welcome the thousands of students that are competing in the career development events that we do in state FFA. They are remarkable students and they represent the future for agriculture. Some other things that we've done in the ag education space is we have created articulation pathways, and these pathways have been with our partners in our community colleges, NCTA, as well as our 4-year institutions. And we've really prioritized the preparation of ag teachers for the state of Nebraska because we know that that's incredibly important. And then another new thing that we did 3 years ago is we forward deployed ag education faculty, and really with the goal of doubling down on our land grant mission here. And what we wanted to do is we wanted to connect with more youth early on in their discovery around what the career opportunities were. Second, we wanted to be able to provide in-person advising for our students that were matriculating through these articulation pathways with our partner institutions. We wanted to be responsive to coaching and mentoring to our pre-service teachers who were completing their student teaching practicum experiences. And then I think, as you know, we also need to retain our talented teachers in the field. And so we wanted to develop a new teacher network also. So that's a little bit of the work that we've been doing in ag education. A second pathway initiative for us has been with Lincoln Public Schools. And I think you're aware of the exciting initiative that we've launched there. That allows us to connect with an additional 1,000 of students every academic year. And that program is focused on what we call FUSE, which is food, energy, water, and societal systems. And you talked about the grand challenges. Many of those wicked challenges that we face are right at the nexus of food. And so in partnership with a talented team of educators at Northeast High School, we've been able to integrate FUSE concepts across their curriculum. And it's not just science, but it's math, it's communication, it's social studies, it's in the arts area. And so the entire Lincoln Public School curriculum is focused on FUSE. Then we augment student experience with experiential learning here through the College of Agricultural Sciences and Natural Resources. And the most important thing that we're doing is exposing them to the career opportunities. And then one last pathway that I would highlight is our Northeast Nebraska Ag and Natural Resources Education Compact. And this is the first education compact for the state of Nebraska. And we're really excited that agriculture is leading the way. It's a partnership with the post-secondary institutions in that part of the state, as well as NCTA and CASNR because of our statewide mission. You can't be an education compact without your K through 12 partners, so we've added 20 school districts that are part of this initiative, as well as Nebraska Extension, our educational service units, and then our employers in that part of the state. And really the focus is on state and federal priorities around student access and attainment. It's about workforce development, and it's about the economic growth and vitality of our communities in the state. So those are just a quick summary of a few of the exciting pathways and ways that we're being innovative about ensuring a talented workforce to support Nebraska's ag
And it's
industry.
clearly working, but there's no doubt about that. So before we run out of time, let me ask you, if there's a student or somebody who's already has a degree that wants to learn more about CASNR and about some of these new and innovative programs, whether it's the compact or whether it's the work going on with the Lincoln Public Schools, is there an easy way for them to get that information other than calling you or me, which is certainly fine with me, but there might be a more knowledgeable source?
Sure. Excellent question. I'm always willing to field questions around our early college career pathways. We always want to connect with prospective students, and so we feel that in-person connection is incredibly important. But if not, they can go to our casnr.unl.edu, and we have features around this. Our talented team have also created a Fuse network in which we have a monthly newsletter that goes out to all of our participating school districts, educational service units, and it's really letting them know about all the opportunities that we offer through our early college and career pathway programs.
Really exciting. Maybe you could put me on the mailing list for the letter as well.
Absolutely.
I would love to see it.
Absolutely. And I do just want to take this opportunity just to thank all of our partners, Dr. Gold. This is not something that happens by itself just through the College of Agricultural Sciences and Natural Resources, but we have amazing partners with our K through 12 educators, administrators, our post-secondary institutions. We have the stakeholders, which are our employers, Ag Builders of Nebraska, that are really helping to drive these initiatives.
Really critically important for the #1 industry in the state. Well, thank you for joining us today. Thank you for all that you do. And to our audience, until next time, thanks so much for being with us today.